Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to work on some new tweaks to our application. All right, before we do that, let me. I can see that my audio is correct because my mobile waveforms are showing properly. Still, um, guys who are online, if you can just comment, it will be good. Okay, and you can open up the comments so that if someone comments on the stream, I'm able to see that. Okay, let us give a few moments so that users can join in. In the meantime, I have some tickets on which I'm working. So the major one which I will work on today is the ability to add income. We have the ability to add expenses. So I thought let's complete that and ensure that it is usable end to end. I'm also very close to ordering my Raspberry Pi. So my idea here is to run this application on my personal Raspberry Pi and work from that. I don't want to host it on some server. And yeah, let's see how things go. Okay, it's about 2 minutes. So give it maybe a minute more and then we can start. Okay, and in the meantime, I'll give a quick introduction of what this application is, guys. So, those of you are joining new to this series or looking at this video for the first time without the previous 14 videos, let me show you. Okay, I'll go to my channel actually. Yeah, this one is the live which I'm doing. And if you go to my live section, you will see I have this is the 15th video and I have done 14 more so far. Everything about this application I have done it live. So yeah, you can go over here and watch them to get a step by step idea of what is happening, what I have done. Every line of code is there. Similarly, I have this repository. This is on GitHub Expense Manager. So you can go over here and look at every piece of code. Okay. I have some documentation as well for you to get a sense. Um, so yeah, that's generally what that is in the project. In terms of the application's functionalities or features, I will say that this is an expense manager which allows me to track my income, expenses. Okay, I have a concept of accounts, so I can add all my bank accounts and stuff where I have money, and then I can add categories. I can tell whether they are incomes or expenses, and once I have set that up, I can add expenses. So I can select a bank account, a category, the amount, date, description, admin, and it basically takes that as a expense. Whenever I'm doing any expense, right, it also reduces the amount from the bank balance. So those bank balances are live. And yeah, the dashboard also shows these things. Then we have the concept of billers. Like I can add um, the billers from whom I'm taking services. For example, Airtel, Internet, Vodafone, maybe your electricity, gas, whatnot, right? So you add that as billers, and if for every biller you can add bills. Okay, so I think I have one for internet. So you can see that I have a monthly bill of 300. I made a mistake because internet is not for 300. Doesn't matter. And you can set the date and stuff. This is the form. And I have a cron which runs. I mean, I had executed that manually, but that's the first thing which I will change, which is it should run automatically. Probably every minute, I don't care. It's running on my local Raspberry Pi, so it will run every minute, and it will check whether I have new bills or not, and based on that, it will give me this list. I can click on any bill, and I can say that I have paid it, and that will convert into a transaction, and it will reduce the amount and all those things which are required for a typical transaction. So this is what we have done so far, and you know um, it's fun. I mean, to be very honest, coding live. In some other videos there were very few people, but in some there were a lot of chit chat going on, and it always feels nice to do peer programming and have others on with you, and you do coding. It's fun. Let me know what you feel, those of you who are following, and those of you who have seen a few of my previous videos of this series. What is your feedback? What's your complaints? And I'll definitely try to improve on them. And now let's get down to business. So as I said, there is a cron which needs to do this. However, right now I don't have that cron, so maybe the first thing that I will do is set up that cron so that it happens automatically. um, I'll go to my routes console. Sorry, that's the wrong one. I'll do schedule command. I'll use the class generate monthly bill instance. This is the one that I'm looking for, and should run every minute. Yeah, every minute, and without overlap is fine. So this is kind of what we have. Okay, now what this will do is um, create an entry over here. So I have an internet Vodafone. Why don't I go over here? Airtel bills. This is fine. Default to 89, maybe something random. And I'll say that this comes on every 21st, auto generate. Okay, so this will show up here. Let me see. I have my cron running, and it seems it failed. Is it? Yeah. What happened? I'll have to look at the logs. Let me see. There's some issue. So, is there a syntax error or something? Uh, Call to undefined method get name. Why? Where is get name? Oh, my bad. This is the action. I have generate pending bill. Yeah, sorry. The action cannot be executed, right? So generate pending bill instance. Okay. And now it should ideally work. Let's see. It should execute. At least I'm not getting any errors, so that's fine. I'll close this out. All right. Ideally, in some time, we should be able to see a new entry over here. Okay, so that should solve the thing about, how do I say, the crons coming up automatically. Okay, now one more thing which I will do, and it's an additional thing before we jump right into the actual income development, is the way I'm formatting these numbers. Now, this is not readable. This is not the numeric things which we are comfortable reading. So, okay, in the meantime, we can see the third um, bill coming over here. All right. So what I was saying is I would like these numbers to be formatted in a better way. And even instead of INR, I want um, the rupee symbol. Okay. So how do we do that? I'm thinking inside my resources JS, um, I have something called as utils.ts, right? And I know there is an intl class available to us from TypeScript, so I am going to use that for our currency formatting. Okay, let's see. I'll need the number format, yes. So there's a language available as ENIN. Okay. Um, this is all available in the documentation. It's not like as if I remember everything. Okay, and so this is done. This is the configuration that I want. Now, what I will do over here is, right, I'll have a function format currency. Amount can be number or it can be string. What I will return is always a string. Okay. So return, uh, first of all, oops, constant numeric amount equals, I'll do type of, yeah. Okay, type of amount. If it is string, then parse for float amount or else the default amount. Now, if not number is finite, okay, if not is finite, right? So then I return the currency formatter format 0. Okay, so if anything coming to me is infinite, sorry, if it is not infinite, then I format it. Okay, and the next one is simply this. Yes, that's correct. Okay, numeric amount, yeah, numeric amount, numeric amount, and numeric amount. So now what I can see over here, the first thing that I will do is my accounts table. Tables, accounts table. Um, Account name, account type, account balance. Yes, I need to import it. I think it is going to index for some time. A format date is here. Saldo format currency, that should work. That's the only thing that I want from there, isn't it? So let's see. Perfect. I can see this formatting. You will see 43 comma 036.79. So this is exactly what I wanted. This is the kind of formatting which we want in our application, so that um, you know the numbers are kind of readable. So I'll kind of do this for the rest of the tables. Pending bill. Biller table will not have anything because it is not showing the account amount. Sorry. Mm, this is category table. Category table also is fine. There is no number. Transaction table. All right. So we have this change done, um, which should be kind of you know um, fine, right? Let me see. I will quickly do vendor bin pin and npm run format. So we have this two small UI things. One is obviously, I have the cron now set up, and we can see that it is adding things. And we also have this nice way of, sorry, readable numbers, using the international language pack available. So with this, now I can do let me update. So feature add currency formatting utility. Okay, fair enough. This is also fine. I don't mind. So I'll just add this because this should be one separate commit. I don't want it to be part of something else. This is one particular thing that we did. Now let's look at how we will address the um, income thing. Okay. So first of all, what I will do is I will create the front end, and then we will address the back end. Okay. Now, obviously, some basic things will be required. For example, PA. Oh, PA stands for PHP Artisan. Make controller, and it will be income controller. Let me delete that. And I'll do the resource controller. So at least I get everything, right? I don't need to write everything from scratch. Just being a bit lazy. And then I'll have, yep, this is what I wanted. Income. Am I doing transactions? Okay. And incomes. Incomes is fine. Yeah. So this is done. Now what I will need to do is resource JavaScript pages should create the file. Index.tsx. Yes. Let me get the basic things in place because there is some bit of boilerplate that I'll need to work on. Or maybe what I will do is steal a little bit from here. I don't need the transaction. Oh, I actually need the transaction table, but maybe later. Okay, just come over here. Let's start. Um, this is fine. Incomes. I need to add the income, but no, actually, it is transaction. So yeah, this is done. Go to add income page. Router visit create. Yeah. How do I do create over here? Uh, I'll do no, like so. Okay, and yeah, this is fine. Ta-da-da. This becomes comes uh, income page, add income, and then in my controller, I have this. The response needs to be type entered, and it's kind of stuck. Um, yeah, inertia response, and this becomes this response. So now it should be fine. Let me add the menu item. Mm, income prefetches tool. That's fine. Uh, transactions, and I'll do yeah incomes. Oops, sorry. So this incomes comes over here. Yeah, and when I come here, I see the table. Okay, so this is fine. Income, transaction, accounts, categories, billers. I'm just thinking whether it should be sequential, I mean alphabetical, or based on the usage. But okay, we will make that decision later, not for this video. Okay. Um, fine. Now I know that see incomes are also uh, transactions. Okay, it's just that the category is of type income. Otherwise, the entity is the same. So what I will do is, mm, 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 I'll have this copied over here. The only thing which I guess you have realized is this will mean in here I will also get the expenses. Let it come. We will solve that. At least let's first have the page. Okay. Okay. Just thinking. I'll need a where condition for sure. We will do that with the with has category thing. Okay, but before that, let's get some incomes in place. Otherwise, that query will not be. Um, it doesn't make sense. We will not understand what is happening. Pa, 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 pa. So maybe what we will do is focus on the create thing, right? Um, so yeah. Now, if I am if I understand right, okay, the expense is also going to be the same form. Just the categories will change. Okay. So what do we do? Like we had transaction controller, this service as a dependency. Why don't we add that over here? Done. Now, in the create, right, we have these two. I'll get this in here as well. Make sense? Yeah. And the auth user needs to be imported. Yes, I knew that. Um, I'll have create, and this is a response which is of type inertia. Hmm? This create needs to be created, so I will do create.tsx. Getting a bit slow. Let me see if I can close certain things. Don't see anything happening. Everything is red. Uh, okay, I can't kill Google Chrome for sure. I can close Bitward and yeah, rest everything is fine. Okay, let it be. Hmm. So now I can simply take this thing. Okay. Actually, no, I'll copy from here this income thing and from create. Mm, I'm just trying to understand the markup. Okay. So the heading comes in. Uh, split right. Yeah. Okay. This one is the income and this one is the transaction. First of all, create incomes and then I will have something like this. Add income. Okay. Now I will have incomes create props. Do I have anything in the prop? Yes, I do. So fine. We will need that. Okay. Mm. Now one thing which I can see over here is I don't need the incomes, which is fine, but I need the transaction. Okay. The reason is it's still for the new form, I will need this. Okay. This is going to be transaction. transaction is fine. I need to import it. Okay. Where is it taking from? Okay, it's already there, so this is fine. Paginated data I won't need, so that will go away anyways. Now this too, right? I'm thinking this should go in the index.tsx. And I'll kind of reuse them from there. Okay. So what will happen is these will be imported from there. Now, are they being used anywhere else is what I need to check. Transaction form. Yeah. This I will remove. Uh, yeah. Should come from the type. So yes, this got updated. This is fine. What is this? Yeah. Now create is already done. This is show. I'll remove these two. They will complain. I'll just do types. Account drop down, category drop down. Yes, this is taken care of. And yeah, this is done. So ideally, I should not have any errors. Let's see. Transaction add expense. I can see the account and this, which is correct. Then if I go into an individual one, I see the account and the bills, which is again fine. HDFC saving bill others. Oh, right, it became other, and then I change it back again to bill. Okay, this is all working as expected. Fine. So these kind of refactors does come in from time to time because we are you know trying to ensure that we don't have too much duplicate code. So I'll have these two in place as well because I'll need the account drop down. Accounts, categories, and transaction. Yes. With this, ideally the create button should work. Let me see if my index page has that thing. Yeah. So I go to incomes. I click on add income. Doesn't work. I think I haven't returned it. I do have an habit of no, everything is there. So it's breaking for some reason. Let me check. Okay, I have two comments actually. Smart Saver says, please use data tables. I want to learn data tables. Uh, please use Stack data table, please. Okay. So, Smart Saver, I have seen the ShadCN, data table. Where is it? Uh, It's great for things like search and everything, and I would implement it, but it has a lot of things. I'll have to myself look at it, understand what are the capabilities, and only then I will implement it. But yes, you do bring a good point. um, and for these kind of situations, a data table will be useful, and it has these things, multi-select, which right now I'm not using, but maybe, and at some point I can add that. I can do, which columns I want to show, but the most important thing is, it also has a search. So when I do that, maybe, I'll bring that in. For now, yeah, I haven't done that because I'll need to work on that. Okay. Add income. Why does it say table will come here? I think I haven't updated it, right? Yeah. So in this page, the create, I don't need this. And what I will do is simply copy this because I do need the transaction form. Actually, I'll have to create one this for this. Come to think of it, because that transaction form is submitting to the transaction save. Okay. Yeah. So it will be too much code to actually, change things between income and transaction in the same form. So I will continue to have two different forms, but what I can definitely do is, for now, I will I will have two forms. Hmm? Income form, and because it is more or less the same, I'll do this, and let's go one by one. And, this is transaction becomes income. The rest, everything will almost be the same. That's the best part. um, am I getting it as transaction? I can do income. Let's keep it like that right now. When I do a proper refactoring for that, right, I will at that point set that up. This becomes income. Mm-mm-mm. Account is fine. The select account is clear. The category is going to be the same. Actually, everything is fine in here. The only thing which will change is the buttons, and obviously the delete thing. Okay. Mm. All right. Let's see. Income. Add income. I have the form. I haven't added it on this page. Have I renamed it? Come over here somewhere. Transaction form becomes income form, and income form. Okay. This is there, and more or less we have the form. and things are working. I don't know why this is happening. I'll fix that. This is a problem now. Food, rent, these things, the categories which are working for transaction at that point are now coming because we haven't made any clauses, where clauses. So we will have to fix that. Okay, I have my drop down service. Again, one more refactor to the application. Get accounts, get categories. Get categories. Right now it is all expense. What I would want to do is, yeah, something like this. So now how many places do I have this? This is biller. Biller. Biller is always an expense. So I will do, yeah, this is fine. To biller. Again, this will be the same. I'll just copy, get categories. What? Uh, what happened? This is which page? I was in biller controller. What? Some things, right? Becomes very, very confusing. Uh, yeah. This is biller controller. Let me see. I was putting a tab over here. I want it to get aligned. That's what I wanted, and it's was doing some crazy things which I never wanted to have happened. Fine. So I think what we are saying is the biller controller had two places where we were getting the categories. One, I have said that it should give me expenses. Second, also, can I please have a tab? Yeah, thank you. Okay, this is done. Now, income controller, it has to be an income, which is fine. Okay, my tab is here. Then this category, right? This is transaction. So this will be income. Sorry, expense. Auto complete. And I'll do import it. No? Why? What happened? Import class. Is it already there? No, it's not. So what happened? Okay, it has now silently imported maybe. And I didn't realize that. Okay. Drop down service, get category. This one is still empty. I'll just copy this. Do we have anything in the income controller? No. So transaction controller, I'll again push this. This is expense. This got imported. Yeah. So with a lot of these refactoring, I have ensured. Damn. Is this fine now? I don't know why this is so slow. Okay. Yeah. So now I have this with a lot of errors, and This is done. In this category, correct. Now what I'm getting is the appropriate thing. My drop down now only shows income over here. Add expenses. Only the expenses over here. And if I click on any one of the transaction, again, this is fine. And obviously the incomes we will have to do later on when we create one. So what we have done so far is our form is created, our index page is created. In the index page, we will be able to see the incomes, but for that we will have to save it. We haven't saved it yet, right? And we will have to do that. Otherwise, how will it save? So let's create that request first. Make request. All right. I will come over here. This becomes store income request. Yeah. Now, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I can do data validate. Okay, it is picking things up from the store transaction request. Shut that off. Right side. And where is that request file? Haven't opened it. Yeah. So it will be very similar, to be very honest. I could have used it. The only problem is, come to think of it, the insufficient balance. And I know it's an additional check, but I'm thinking, will it even get triggered? No, it can happen. Yeah, it can happen. Because but I can do something like, yeah, category. I should have a type, right? Why is it not? Oh, yeah. Sorry. If I put this over here, and if I have that check, right? So then I don't need this file actually. Let's see. Validator fails. This is fine. If not account not found. This is fine. Um, you know. Yeah, this also we will remove it from the to do, and I can get rid of this. Yeah, it understands everything, man. So yeah, if not account or account user ID not equals the auth user ID, then we have a problem. Then I'm checking the category thing and the insufficient balance, right? This I will check only when the category type is expense. So when it is income, it will not get triggered, and that should mean I can store income request, right? I can get rid of this. See, and over here, yes, I will import that request class. So I can use the same request class to get things done. Uh, Category, I will look at the transaction controller. Come over here. Up, 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 up. Where is the create? Create is here. Store is here. So yes, I can literally go this part. I'll take the current user. I'll take these two. Hmm. Okay. After the transaction, it is returning to index, is it? Hmm. Shouldn't have done that. It should be show transaction, yes. Similarly, I'll have to create an action. Maybe I'll do that. But before that, let's look at the data actually. Dollar data. Yeah. So, because we have written a lot of code and we haven't even executed it once. By the way, we have two more comments. Chirag. Hi, Chirag. Thanks for being online and supporting. Chirag is saying that I have recently found the with validator. It's really useful. Till now, I was adding it to the custom login in the controller. Custom logic. Yes, Chirag. You know, the with validator, I find it useful in multiple places. One which I did over here was some of the um, typical use cases for this application, like if it is expense and if the balance is less than the current expense amount. I could have written a custom rule, but it felt an overkill. Then in the validator, I have queried certain things from the database, and through the context I am able to pass it along back to the controller, so I'm saving those queries as well. So these are nice things which um, yeah, it does help. So okay, salary, what is the balance in here? Let's see. um HDFC, it has 33,225. Okay, let's do 1000, and this is something else. Test, and I will do save. Let's see, HDFC 33,225. Oh, hold on, what happened? This should have been a DD and it didn't work because I did a transaction. What the hell? Sorry. Uh, this is test category salary. Oh, so I got an error which I haven't fixed, which is inside the transaction controller. No, we haven't fixed that. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. So this actually should have been an income, but what I will do over here is um, just need to check whether my form is correct or not, right? So HDFC is something, and it didn't work. Why? I think there's some problem in the form which I okay. There are some comments. Let me read that. So Smart Saver is saying, can you make a separate video on tan stack data table? Yes, Smart Saver. I will definitely create a separate video on tan stack data table. I know it's a very powerful component and definitely worth exploring specifically for the kind of data we have. So yes. And Chirag is saying, yes, custom rule is overkill for unless you reuse it in multiple places in application. Absolutely, Chirag, you are bang on that particular thing. Now let me understand what mistake I am doing. Um, we have written a lot of code, and this was bound to happen. So let's see. Most probably the submit is on the wrong URL. Okay, let me see. Pum, pum, pum. This transactions, which should be income. Yeah, let's try once again. I'm here in my income, add income, HDFC, salary 111, ta ta ta. Perfect. This is what I was expecting. So I get the entire data, I get the category, I get the account, I get the user. Now it's time to sorry, yeah, it's time to handle the save. So let's see how we can do that. Um, handle the save. I have add transaction action, right? Let me take it here. It takes data, category, account, user. Exactly what I have over here. And now I'm thinking, should I be reusing this? Um, um, yeah, because based on the category, it is doing its thing. So yeah, I can do that. Well, it's time to then inject the add transaction as add transaction action. And then over here, right. Guess what? Very little code and we are in business. Although I would check one thing though. Where is the create? Sorry, store. Okay. Data category account user. Perfect. Time to test. Time to test. So let's get rid of this. I will have my accounts over here. Oh, I already had that. So let's bring HDFC Bank savings with some income. HDFC Bank saving, freelance amount 100,000, 10,000 lakh. Okay, that's a nice deal. uh, let's say nice deal. So we are at 46,437. If I add this, 146,437. One mistake that I can see over here is where's my form? Income form. The delete button is visible even when it's a create. So I'll just go is edit and that would mean I should not see the button here. Okay, perfect. All good. Now, what else? What else? Am I missing anything from here? No. Obviously, this page is pending. But yes, do you see one more problem? Which is, hey, what is this 12212? How did that happen? I didn't make this entry, and this happened today. Hmm? Oh no. Okay. I'll have to test once more. But before that, right, can you see this problem? My transaction shows salary, which actually is an expense. One more quick thing, app sidebar. Okay. Let's make it expenses. Right. But yes, this we need to change. So what I will do is transaction controller. I don't need the request. I don't need the action. And here in the index, in here, I will have the query, which needs to basically what we are doing is modifying the query, and we are saying where has, okay, where has category. Yes, correct. I think I got what I wanted. This is transaction controller. Transaction controller. Oops. Yeah. It should now show me only the transactions which are of type expense. And that's what we wanted, right? So similarly, what I will do is I have my income controller. I will come up here, add this. Yes, and this becomes income. But now this is index page incomes. I will come here, open up index from transactions, right? I am already passing the prop and it's here. So the only thing which I need to do is table. Yeah, I can show the same transaction table because what we have is transactions, nothing else, right? Uh, yeah, thank you. Damn, it is not taking a tab from thing, but okay, and I don't mind. We'll look at that later. And it is complaining. Okay, let's see. I will import this thingy. Let's see what happened. Transactions table from here. And transaction equals transactions. Yeah, so what's your problem? Salary, nice deal, test. Right. Everything is now showing up properly. And yeah, I think that's about it, guys. I mean, that is the add and listing of index the incomes that I was planning to do today. Let me go through everything once again. Um, close everything and open our things that needs to be committed, and let's walk through what we have done and recap. What Hell. Yeah, income controller. Why is it complaining? Undefined type. Really? Yes, Smart Saver. I will definitely create a video on Stack. That's a promise to you. Um, I I I understand it's a great component, and I definitely want to learn about it. So I will take some time, understand the details of that component, how it works, and I will add that. In the meantime, I don't understand why it is giving me these red things. I will also have to say dot vendor. Yeah, let it do its thing. The web thing is fine. I have this one change. I can actually, yeah, it automatically went away. This I can commit, right? Now it's again that same thing where the moment I start doing something on Git, it starts taking a lot of resources. I don't know why. Okay. Uh, what can I what can I close? I don't understand why. Um, okay. The next thing is this. So we were using the drop downs in multiple places, and so what I have done is, and I used that inside. I mean, I have moved that inside the index.tsx. Sorry, ts, and that's what we have over here. If only it could open itself. Right. So yes, if I come down somewhere here, I have added this, and yeah, that's pretty much what we did over here. Is it better now or no? It's still lagging. I really wanted to go through the code with you guys. Build controller. What is it that we have changed? Build controller. What I understand is, uh, what we have changed over here is the transaction type. Sorry, category. Right. This is what we have changed. So a couple of places where we have made that change. Um, should be fine. Then income controller, it's a new one. Transaction controller, again we must have changed this categories thing. Store transaction request, I think there are a couple of things that we have changed. Now is it working? Yeah, okay, finally, thank god. So in here the only change which we did was add this, right? And now this request is like used for both income and expense. Yes, billing controller, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Yep, all. Um, as I said, index.d.ts. These are new things. Okay, income. I have my index page. Very similar. We don't need to worry too much about it. Just add that. Create is also same. We are using an income form. This time we have made two different forms, which is kind of not what I felt was required. So yeah. Um, sidebar are minor changes. Then we have create tsx. What have I done? Okay, yes, the movement of the types. Then form, income form. This is what we created today, right? This is exactly like the transaction form. The only change we have made over here is this thing. Okay. Service, there is a small change. Now we are taking a parameter, so that's over here. And controller, transaction controller, Yes, the condition is added. This category drop down things. Same goes with income controller. So yeah, pretty much there. Mm, the feature. What is this? Income add functionality done. And what is the way I am adding the commits? Video 15. Yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, this is what we wanted to cover in this video. So now we have the ability to add incomes as well. We can already add transactions. So overall, things are working. Maybe in the next video, I will complete the delete and you know uh, the view part, view with edit. Incomes edit will be generally fine because income edit, right? So I'll have to check what was the old value. Oh, and mm, if I am editing an income, yeah, that whole logic of old versus new thing will come because if there was an income, let's say my balance was 100, I added 100 more, and then I made an expense of 150. Now, if I am editing the income and I'm making it, let's say 10, that means my original balance would have been 110, and so I would have never been able to do that 150 transactions. So we'll have to make those checks as well, right? Anyway, so yeah, it will be interesting. As always, expense and money transactions have their own set of complexities, so we will handle that. And as I said, Smart Saver, I will definitely look at the 10 stack data table and try to create a separate video for that as well. Yeah, that's about it, guys. That's what I wanted to cover in this video. I hope you are enjoying this series and overall you like this application. If you have any feedback about it, I'll strongly suggest you go into the discussion and contribute there. Okay, I'm also looking at working on the Docker environment for this so that you guys can just pull a Docker image and start working. I have added a few issues, and this one is what I was working on, and there are other tickets as well. So, yeah, thank you. See you in the next video. Bye for now.